Good morning, Franz. Oh, my avatar's doing it again, looking off into space and time. Hello. Let's turn that down a little bit. Hello. How's everybody doing? Myojo, Serafina, hi. And Necromancer, good morning. I was working on some Demora stuff last night. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with a couple of specific symbols and then try and work out the sounds that go with them and then build from there. And sort of add in the sliding scale that goes with them. And I was thinking of how to connect things together and the directionality of this writing. Good morning, Ross. A 20 stream streak. Wow. Thank you so much for making me part of your day, Ross. I really appreciate it. God, why am I... So, my avatar, he just doesn't want to... There we go. Is that better? Yeah, it's a little better. So I settle down to sit... I sit down to settle in for stream. Those are the words that I wanted. And then I, like, slowly sink into my seat. And the camera's like, where are you going? Come back. Let me see if I can make an adjustment here. This little stand I have is not the best. Ross just showing off yet. Waiting for your appointment with your therapist to start? Well, I hope it goes well. I have some cans that I need to take down later. Oh, I thought I still had more soda. I'll have to get up and get one later when I run out of coffee eventually. After Cora comes in and drowns me. I feel like in some ways I'm trying to be a little bit too literal with this, but I really liked the rain one that I did over here. But I didn't want my lines to be so straight. I wanted them to have more curve and flow. I might change, I might change fire. Fire is more of a misfortune thing. But then we have... And mountains are just neutral. They're just part of the land. I kind of like that, showing the different parts as they work together. I'm trying to find a way to show plurality in the characters, but I think that's something that's just going to be specific to the characters, but we are going to come up with like a hiragana type thing. It's just having the original glyphs that things came from to make the smaller phonetic characters, I think, is a better way to do it. Yesterday I was talking about remember where I was like, oh, this is like the Chinese for horse, or the ancient Chinese for horse. I mean, I was completely way off, but let me bring this. Where is it? I have to go to my folders. It's Moravimes, language and arts. So this is what I mean by like ancient. Where you can see like the one for horse has like 4 legs and you can see its mane. It's really quite neat. Where's my OBS? Okay, the wind chimes are driving me a little bit batty. We're going to turn those down. I think we're just going to turn those off. So, like, you can see in the standard script, you've got like the mane for the horse. It's 4 legs and its tail. It's really interesting to see how it evolved, where they drew it more literally with its mane, its head, but they didn't have a lot of room to write whatever they were writing on, so they actually drew it like standing up, sideways. And here they're like, well, this thing has a head, and a horse's eyes are really quite striking. And then it just kept changing shape as people used the glyph more frequently. Because this is inconvenient to draw. And when you look at it, this is like kind of like the shape of a horse's head. And you've got the eye in there. And then they just changed that shape to a literal eye because I guess it was easier to draw than the straight lines with whatever tool that they were using. And then you can tell this is probably around the time they switched to a form of brush. So this was probably like cuneiform, where they were pressing something into clay or scraping against a material. These ones as well. So this is called bone script, so I think it was probably often carved into bones. And that's why it had such a weird shape. And around here is when brushes became more refined. Well, brushes became more refined around here. This is straight up, they continued using brushes. It's really, really fascinating to look at. Same thing with cart. Like, they drew the literal wheels on the cart. And then for some reason they drew it sideways. And then they simplified it because this took too long to write. And this took slightly longer to write. But whatever they were writing on, it was better to do vertical lines as opposed to like circles. And that's why everything sort of like switched to this. Because if you draw a circle with a brush, it gets kind of weird. Especially like if we use a calligraphy pen as an example and turn off the layer locking, you get this weird sort of thing where you get that gothic look. And it doesn't really work for circles, and it can leave like splotches when you go back over part of the ink. And that's why like a lot of characters have stroke order. Because it gives the ink like a second to dry. I just really like this one symbol that I drew. The fun part is like figuring how to simplify everything. Like this one that I drew down here, fish, too complicated to draw. So if we bring up a larger version of it, and an accidental simplification. This is too many things. Because it's wave plus something that looks like a fish. But if it were to be simplified, and then you could probably simplify it further. I was drawing it from the bottom up, but stroke direction would typically go down. I think that's why I was using the textured pen. Yeah. You wouldn't even need that extra stroke on the back. You could change the direction of it. Fish. Theoretically, later that could evolve into the letter P. Or the glyph P. It looks like a P. Because why have the extra stroke in there when you don't need it? Because this is a lot easier to write than this. And whatever phonemes you make for this word that makes up the word fish. So you would have this f sounds a little fricative. This could end up being f. They're just... Well, that's how language evolution works, and I love it. I'm nerding out. I'm sorry. I know this is not as interesting to most people as it is to me. Oh look, there's Streamboo. Goodbye, bot. Denied. I allow all kinds of swearing in my chat, but as soon as you say bot stuff, you're done. Bird noises. I'm gonna take this little evolution of stuff here. We're just gonna put that to the side. I like this pen because it kind of gives you the illusion of ink. I wonder if mapping pen is better for... No. I like this one. I need something that's like the textured pen. Or the real pen. These two are slightly different. But it's a brush. I need a calligraphy brush. But there isn't one built in. This is kind of the closest I've got. Well, actually, this one's nice. Ironically, it's called Brush Pen. Would you look at that? It doesn't have as much texture as I would like, but...
Vietnam Television is visiting the
island. Thank you, Vietnam Television, for coming by the island. Hello. And thank you for the posture check. That was rather fast. Are you a real human or are you a robot? That is the question. But thank you for the follow. Welcome to the island. If you're human, I'm Seika Amadamora. As a descendant of some demons, particularly of the Incubus Succubus variety. And we live on a chain of 9 islands, and I do artwork. Sometimes play games. That's the gist of it. Everybody on Shrimpvine spines. This person, I question. I question it. I question everything nowadays. I am the Lorax, I speak for the trees. And for some fucking reason they're speaking. What is this? Be careful, Death. Don't drive people away with strange jokes. But that was funny. I too would be confused if the trees were speaking Vietnamese or anything at all. I have a feeling that that's a bot. Yes, 'cause I love it when the TTS just like says things that can't be pronounced. I shook all the vowels. Sorry, no vowels for you. uh, what a weird life I have. I'm just gonna call you VT if you're real. Uh, if you're real, welcome. If you're not, please unfollow. I don't want bots. I want real humans. This is why I don't pay for subscribers or followers or viewers. I have too much self-respect. Yeah, I find the mountains one really hard to draw, so it's definitely going to be a glyph that evolves over time. I definitely need to come up with some sounds. Establishing a set of phonemes would be good. Every time I lean forward, my avatar's like, "No, I'm gonna like just." That better? Yeah. Really need to build my other desk. I I started looking for ideas for a bed last night. Trying to find like some plans and patterns, and then I ended up being awake till 1 o'clock in the morning going down a Pinterest rabbit hole of Demora stuff. So now I have a Demora Pinterest board that I've got to organize. And about 1,000 new images. You know, I'm gonna grab this color. And we're gonna play around with shapes. Which is not that one. Eh. Trying to think of the word smoke. Because I know I definitely want the language to be written vertically in some capacity. And I was thinking of a weird directionality, but more like sweeping waves. But that wastes a whole lot of material down here. If you've got a square paper, which most paper is produced in squares because that's the easiest way to produce it. And I know for certain early writings are on long leaves. So they would have written on the leaves with an ink or a charcoal. And that leaf could have been turned this way, so it would be like this. Or it could have been turned this way, so it would have been like this. This would be easier to store because then they could hang them. And hanging them like that allows them to smoke them and dry them so that they don't go moldy. So they have less chance of rotting. And then they would have switched over to those little like Chinese had where they had the bamboo mats with all the little slats on it. I forget what they're called specifically. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a vertical writing system, whether it's left to right or right to left. Just depends on which way they would unroll these things. I think that's the way Chinese and Japanese also happen to. I think it depends on whether the majority of the society is right-handed or left-handed, largely too. Especially with ink writing, because then you wouldn't drag your hands or your sleeves across the material. What's great about these is they could just add on another piece. So if they had like an extra little slat to add to like a record, they could just sew it on. Because it has little holes in it. It's like the world's worst sewing needle. It's quiet today. I might switch to co-working because I also want to get some writing done. Thanks for the hydrate, Death. My fellow language nerds are not here, so it's hard to do language development when most people are completely disinterested in it. I think another cool thing that they could have written on was like woven bamboo mats or woven reed mats. So, let me switch to. We're making notes here. Evolution of what they write on. Actually, we're gonna create this on a new layer. I think this is going to be over here somewhere. You barely speak English. I think you speak just fine, Necromancer. I haven't actually heard you talk, but it's funny because I actually have a language learning disability, and I love linguistics. I've always been fascinated by it, but I've always been fascinated by math and music too. And with a language learning disability, math and music qualify as languages because they're a form of communication. Like they have their own rules and systems and ostensibly grammar, symbology, etc. And while math has concrete rules, music is more of a free form thing, like language itself. But I have trouble reading music. And like finding ways to put things together that make sense, and then memorizing, like a finger position on a flute plus a note on a page. Can't do it. And I have a very poor memory for music too. There's only a few specific things that I know. See, I don't know what Death wrote. I know Sai would be able to read that because I can read Runic, but I can't. But I think it's good for the brain to try and like work these out because in some ways it's like a logic puzzle, and that's the really fun part. I keep looking at this glyph down here. This glyph down here. I really like this one. It's an Elder Futhark and it says Seika. Oh, okay. Another cool linguistics image I have is the evolution from what is ostensibly runic to English. This one here. This one's neat. It's like even pre-runes. I love this chart because it shows you where certain symbologies were added, where they came from, how things merged or were cut out or were expanded. I love it. I love seeing this. What I don't know is if these, the Proto-Sinaic, I don't know if these were phonemes or if these were glyphs. They look more like glyphs, so this is more like an ox. And maybe that's where we got the word A from, or the letter A, the sound for A, the phoneme. This looks like a vessel of some sort. This is a fish. But it became delta, so maybe there's their ancient word for fish started with a D sound. Same thing for human, person. Somebody truncated it to whatever this is. This symbol just disappeared. This one just vanished. The circle with the X through it just vanished. I have no idea what I could have been. I'm looking at this one and I'm like, I have no idea. And then its evolution to the Z shape is really, really weird. And then it expanded to include I and J. So maybe this was a j sound, or j, some sort of, I think it's called a velar fricative. But it became these two letters. E and J. Eh. It's the phonetics in IPAs always throws me off. Because you can write down any language in IPA because it's based on the sounds. So, well, let me make this bigger. This chart are all the vowel sounds that the human body can make. Based on where the sound comes from in your in your oral and synovial cavity, your throat as well. So we've got like the front of the mouth, the middle of the mouth, the back of the mouth, and whether your lips are closed or open, and the scale in between that. This isn't written language, this is spoken language. And these are voiced and unvoiced consonants and vowels. And a diphthong, I believe, is... Sorry, I keep thinking about a line from a movie. She's such lovely rounded diphthongs. Gotta love Tim Curry. God, what was that movie called? I can't remember. Cheese would know. A diphthong is when you're saying a vowel and it shifts from one portion of the mouth to the other, and it just like changes. So you get vowels are all the flowing sounds, whereas consonants are hard sounds, of course. It wasn't Jim Carrey. It was Tim Curry. I would never get those two mixed up. Yeah, and then you have voiced and unvoiced on top of that for the consonants. So there's two th sounds. There's th and the, and they're, yeah. So whenever Cora like wrote this symbol in chat, I I was saying I can't remember whether that's the or the. That's what I meant whenever I saw that symbol, but the way he was using it, it was contextualized. So it was a letter instead of a symbol. So it's being used as a character as opposed to a symbol. You don't know who Tim Curry is? He's the guy who's a space in Command and Conquer. Oh god, you don't know who Tim Curry, you poor soul. Tim Curry is the best man. Hold on, we'll go find a picture of Tim Curry. Poor soul, don't not know who Tim Curry is. That's just Tim Curry. He ended up falling ill with an illness. He's 79 years old, so he had a stroke when he was 11. I didn't know that. Oh wait, no, that was James Curry, his dad. Let's see. He hasn't had any kids. He's never married, which is unfortunate because he would have been great. He liked horticulture. Huh. Apparently, this is a quote he said. I think if you're English, a trowel appears in your hand when you're 30 like a prosthetic device. What movie has he been in? Oh my god, he's been in so many. Hold on, let me go get the list. Oh, right here. He's best known for Rocky Horror Picture Show. He was a voice in Ferngully. He does a lot of he did voice acting. Those are soundtracks for recording, so that's discography. Tim Curry performances, here we go. He's been in so many things. He did a lot of stage work. So, Midsummer Night's Dream. He's done Rocky Horror Picture Show, Amadeus, Pirates of Penzance. Spamalot. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Clue. He was the butler in the movie Clue from the 90s. Harley says Twitch won't allow him to log in today. Oh, and Fantasy's going to a funeral. That's unfortunate. He was also Cardinal Richelieu in The Three Musketeers from Disney. He was the concierge in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. He was Long John Silver in Muppet Treasure Island. He was Gomez Addams in Addams Family Reunion. Trying to think of things. Ow! Thanks for the hydrate. Or that word. In 1990, he was It, Pennywise. He was apparently in Titanic. I don't remember most of Titanic. I think I trauma blocked that out of my head. Oh, he was in Psych. That was such a good show. I loved it. He was in Criminal Minds, too. I must not have recognized him at that point. He was starting to get old. He's done Command and Conquer Red Alert 3. And he was Premier Anatoly Charadenko. So he's the guy who's like, we're going to space! Death, were you not following?
Death_Sand is visiting the island.
Neff, thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. Okay, here's the stretch. I've never heard about any of these movies. Home Alone. Okay, well, God, I'm looking for the name of the film. There was this film he did, and in it he said the line, She has such lovely rounded diphthongs. And I don't know what it's called, and I can't remember when the movie was made. Oh, he was also in Legend. He played Satan. or it's called Darkness. I think 1985 was like his best year. He played Legend. He was in Legend and Clue. He was in Hunt for Red October. Oscar, that's what it was. The movie's called Oscar. He played Dr. Thornton Poole. Hunt for Red October is one of my favorite movies. And you probably don't know them, Death, because, well, 1985 to 1991, 1993, he played Cardinal Richelieu in The Three Musketeers. Which is also one of my favorite movies. I unsubscribe and subscribe. You mean follow. Subscribe is different. Necromancer just wants his name on there, eh?
Necromancer Dark is visiting the island.
I see a problem here. Shenanigans are gonna happen, but this is Tim Curry. He's, he's been in a lot of things. From discographies, video games, animated shows, video games. Oh, he was Hexus! Yes! He was Drake and Pebble and the Penguin? I did not know that. He was Ebenezer Scrooge in A Christmas Carol. He's done more voice acting than film well. I think he's sort of done about an equal number of both, but he's also done a lot of, like, theater and stage stuff. Bartok the Magnificent. He was the Cat King in English dub of Cat Returns, a Studio Ghibli film. Yeah, he's done a lot of voice acting. Fish Police. Wild West COW, Boys of the Moo Mesa, what the heck? He's done some Batman. He was some henchman in Batman. Turbocharged Thunderbirds? Did they re-release? Freakazoid, wow. That's a throwback. Redwall, another good series. Batman Beyond. Yeah, he's done a lot of television voice acting. Nah. Audiobooks. So he's done some audiobook narration too. That's pretty great. Do I know any of these? I do not know any of these. Except for Peter Pan. How can you not know what Peter Pan is? And A Christmas Carol. Yeah. He's been in a lot of things. Yes, I did know that Clue has 3 different endings. It wasn't just on the DVDs, it was in theaters. So, if depending on which theater you went to, you got a different ending, and then people would discuss it, and they'd be like, "That's not how it ended," and it was like this really big fight amongst people. People were insistent, and then it came out later that it had 3 different endings. And everyone's like, "Oh shit, they had us in the first half." Not gonna lie. Yeah, it was like the first viral outrage marketing thing, but nobody knew. So people would go back to the theater to see it, but they would depending on which theater they went to, they got a different ending, and they're like, I'm certain it was different, and so everybody was just gaslit into believing that they. I love that. It was well done. And for 1985, when we didn't have like the internet communication and videography and stuff that we do now, it's really hard to prove. Thank you for the hydrate and the posture check, everybody on Shrimp Nine Spines. Sorry, my brain was operating. It's a single core machine here. So yeah, that's Tim Curry. He's one of my favorite actors. I recommend, if you enjoy just fun action films, I recommend Disney's Three Musketeers with Tim Curry, Oliver Platt. God, what are the other names? I don't know. Oliver Platt's the best of the Musketeers. Let's be honest. He was a pretty great Musketeer. God, what was the other guy's name? I think to make books, almost 4 different endings, but one is a canon ending. Well, at that point, they would all be canon endings because they've all been published. And yes, I have considered doing it. Sorry, my leg is itchy, so I leaned over to scratch it and I'm out of range of my camera. It's so itchy. But yeah, Oscar is the film I was thinking of. It's a comedy. It's really fun. I think it has Sylvester Stallone in it. Yeah. I think Sylvester Stallone is one of the main characters in Oscar. I think he's actually Oscar. But I'll watch it for Tim Curry. I don't like Stallone anyways, and he's a Trump supporter. Was. I think he passed away. It was either him or Hulk Hogan. But think about the chaos and people arguing about what is the canon ending. People argue about the canon in actual things that only have one. But I could see where, like, if you were writing a series and, like, you ended the first book and each one had 4 different endings and it created, like, a timeline diversion that merged up at the end of the other 4 versions. So, like, book 2 was different, or books 2 and 3 were different books, different stories that all culminated in ending the same way, where the timelines merged. Back into one story. I think that would be really cool. And I do have sort of something like that going on in my own multiverse. But that would be a lot of work. Just thinking about how much writing that is, and I'm like, and then trying to make sure it all fits together. Oh boy. I'm just like thinking about it now. I'm like, oh my lord. Say into the savers. I actually have a multiverse for my series. Things that happen in the Witch Hunter Society affect reality in other worlds. At least that is the current plan. And so, something that the main character does in the Witch Hunter Society towards the end effectuates how one of the other universes actually works. And it becomes part of the history of that world, but you wouldn't ever know that. Only I know that. So it has to do with multiple universes, quantum particles and shit. Infinite universe theory. This is the stuff I think about. I just need to write it. I need to find the time. It's a canon event, yeah. A particle cannon event. Without the cannon part. It's magic. Yeah. Drawing things here. Good enough. I don't know why I'm drawing this so carefully. I just feel like it. And by carefully, I mean very jankily. Perf! Thank you for the hydrate. And the posture check everybody on Shrimptine Spines again. Give your lats a little stretch there. A little back and forth like seaweed in the ocean currents. Go from shrimp to conch lobster. And a stretch. That's just an enhanced posture check. Must reset the streamer. Oh, yeah! We're creating the materials history for the tomorrow. Things that they used to write on. This is a reed mat. So woven reeds. Just trying to give it some variation. I found a woodland mansion last night. Nice. How far away is it? 1,000,000 blocks? Have you seen the Hermitcraft scene? Like, oh my god. I have never seen a better seed in my life. They have like 1,000 square blocks of Mushroom Island. Like, not just 1,000. It's like 1,000 by 1,000. Maybe bigger. To the south of you. Oh. I haven't explored that far that way. I have nothing but taiga forests next to my my winter village. Which is taiga for days. I did manage to catch a white fox. Brought it back to my village. I have to keep it away from my rabbit. And my chickens. Nice. What does the fox say? Loud screaming sounds. Loud screaming that sounds like a woman dying if you're not prepared for it. Yep. Or some sort of cryptid monster. Have we seen Good's Halloween episode? I have not seen Good's Halloween episode. I miss his streaming. I miss him streaming in the woods. I really do miss that. So his own live action Naked and Scared. Except without, hopefully without the naked part. Just alone and scared. I'll go watch it after stream then. Yeah, for some reason YouTube just doesn't recommend good stuff to me. Like I'm watching all the Hermits right now, and but it doesn't recommend anything for Minecraft to me. I don't know why. I'm subscribed to all those guys, but it doesn't recommend them. But most of what I get is news. If I go and refresh my YouTube feed, it's just all the horrible things happening down south. And, somebody buying an abandoned house. God, I wish I could do that, but you can't afford land in Ontario. Yep. It's all just news. News in Minecraft. And bushcraft. Yep, that's all it is. My dad just delivered a pair of socks to me. I guess I forgot a pair in the laundry. Ah! Cora! Hi! How you doing? Need to watch Villagers News? I love Villagers News. I love it how somebody made the audio pack for those villagers and like Minecraft just embraced it. My coffee today was really, really good. Weird. Like, normally the coffee's like, yeah, it's alright. But today it was really, really good. I just really wanted it. How you doing, Cora? I'm out of drink. I'm gonna have to take a break and get more. I was working on some of the stuff. I haven't decided on any of the sounds for Demora yet. But I was going through the writing history because I'm struggling with some of the you're dead? Aw. Necromancer, we've got another body for you. I was going over some of the symbology. I feel like they're too literal in some cases, but then again, you know, there's this chart. A horse looks pretty horse. Been murdered by leaves. Were you cleaning up the forest? I didn't notice that before, but like the symbol for dust, man. They look like little creatures. Look at them. They're like a little alien men. Alright, everyone step back. I'm handling this. Carl will be back up in Adam in no time. But look at the little dust particles. Yeah, I love them. The simplified script isn't as fun, but that's because it's simplified. Can we just have this centered, please? Thank you. There we go. I just glanced at this one, and I was just like, what the heck is that? But yeah, I was just sitting here thinking about like how they wrote things up until Nameless's departure, because that's where like my knowledge would end. At least character-wise, that's where his knowledge would end. But they had a pretty humid environment with lots of plants, so they probably would have used plants first. And what am I trying to do? Using using a read mat would make sense that they would have like individual characters. You can't even see that. And the writing could go in either direction, so it could go this way or it could go this way. You could start in the bottom corner and go up this way. Heck, the writing could go in this direction too. Like that. I hate it when languages do that. But there are some that do that. What do you mean as the ox plows? You mean the back and forth like this? I'm still debating on the directionality, but with the bamboo slates, it would make more sense that not only did they not have a lot of writing rooms, so they would have gone with, you know, a whole glyphic language to represent a couple of words, because making the reed mats would be a lot, but also the bamboo slats would also take a lot. And then they would have later, when they started making paper, they could have expanded to something easier. So like they would have started out as logographic. And they would have switched to a syllabary. Eventually. Egyptian hieroglyphs were known to be almost directionless. That's really confusing. So we somehow deciphered that. But all language, in some ways, has a code. It just depends on whether you're consistent with that code. And whether everybody else also accepts that code. But like even the Zodiac killers had a code. It was based on where the birds were looking. Oh my lord. I love that. That is so cryptic and confusing AF. But I love that. That's mean. Whoever is responsible for that. Who decided that? How does that get decided? I love language. I love it when shit like that happens. So based on the direction the birds are looking. Holy crap. Do it. No. I'm not evil. I'm bad enough with just English. You are. Well, then you can do it with your language. Yes, we are. We are both evil. I have to go get another drink now. Will you guys give me a few minutes to go get another drink? Welcome back, Ross, just as I'm getting up to get a drink. I'll zoom out a bit so that you guys can see the stuff that I've been working on. Maybe try to decipher it. It's going to be a bit small on your screens. If I take this, move this down here, then I can zoom in a little bit further. I'll take... Whoop. Take these two. Hello? We'll take these two and move them in a little bit closer. Now I can zoom in a bit more. You can look at the white symbols on the white background. I did a little bit of like working on simplification. So I took the old fish symbol from here and I drew it out, and then I was talking about simplification. Egyptian language just trolling the Egyptologists. They thought about that, didn't they? They're like, we're gonna get these guys in the future. Just you wait. Alright. Now, question is, should I just get a soda, or should I make like tea or something? It should be just about morning tea time. Oh wait, no, I think that's at 11. Yeah, so just about morning tea time. Very soon. But, okay, I'll just go downstairs and get a soda. I'll be right back. Everybody get up and stretch your legs. That's important. Shouldn't sit for so long. I shall be at a bee. First time chatter, cornbread streams. Boo, hello. I'm sorry. I'm sideways. Hi. Ugh. How do you do? First time chatter. Welcome. Hi, cornbread. I'm just about to run down and get a new drink because somebody redeemed a hydrate. So I'll be back in a moment if you just give me a minute, and I'll greet you properly when I get back. I'm just gonna mute my mic and be right back. All right, we're back. Hi, hi. Hello, Cornbread. How do you do? Nice to meet you. How did you find us? Cornbread is frond. Corda. Get corda and corna. My mom was in the kitchen looking for something, and because she has aphasia and apraxia from her 2 strokes. Cork sent you the stream? Nice. Thanks, Cora. Or Cork. My mom has aphasia and apraxia, so she can't get the right words out. I found her in the kitchen, and she was looking around for something, and I'm like, what are you looking for? And she was saying something about Kinder. Who is Cork? You're doing some editing? Nice. You a writer? I also write. And I was like, okay, Kinder. What's the association? Eggs? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you want breakfast? And she's like, I was thinking breakfast, something, Kinder. You big. Biggest. And I was like, okay, so maybe she wants breakfast, but I don't have time to make her eggs right now because I'm in the middle of stream. So I go to my dad and I'm like, hey, Papa, can you make Mom some eggs? And she's like, she had half a sausage and some Leberwurst already. She's fine. And then she's like, no. She comes out of the kitchen. She's like, no, not eggs. You can't even spell. You think it would be an author? Is that editing? Could be video editing. You doing video editing? I don't know. Music editing? Life editing? Kinder Egg. Well, yes, but associations are some of the things my mom uses to communicate sometimes. And I had gone upstairs and picked up Tesla's bowl of kibble that was in the living room that I filled up this morning and left in the living room with him while I came up here to stream. And she sees the bowl in my hand while I'm talking to my dad at the top of the stairs, thanks. And and she's like, that. And I'm like, this? I'm like, you can't eat this. She's like, no, that. Kinder. And I'm like, oh, the cat. She was looking for the kibble. For the cat. So, she was looking for Tesla's breakfast. She was looking for the kitten kibble for breakfast for Tesla. Because he was downstairs looking around for food. And she was looking in the fridge for some reason. So I think she was actually looking for the tuna for Tesla. Tesla is my cat. He's a derp. He's fantastic. If you join the Discord, there are probably pictures in the pets channel. Most likely somewhere. Our most used channel is science. We share a lot. Everything from history to quantum physics. It's pretty great. I love that. I love that my community is most interested in education and science. I love nerds. You get the full gambit of people. Is just not gamut of people. It's pretty great. We're doing linguistics nerdery today, just as we did yesterday. And I'm trying to figure out the directionality of the Demora writing, and Demora is what I am. I am a purebred QB Demora, and QB is the gender-neutral term I use for incubus and succubus. Yeah, science! She blinded me with science. If you don't know that song. I'll go grab and link. I will put it in the... I'll put it in the Discord under Music Hall. There, Thomas Dolby, she blinded me with science. And also, while I don't know the specifics was being edited, editing itself as an art, that is true. My YouTube videos are not nearly as interesting as some other people's. I don't specifically know what you mean by phonotactics. This is levels of linguistics that I am not familiar with. I have not decided how things sound yet. Once I decide how things sound, I'll come up with a few sounds for some things. That's why, like, I've got, like, you know, these ones here. So next to the English translation will be the Demora phonemes. If you're talking like the IPA photo, you know, whatever, this crazy bullshit, I will try. We fell into the talking about Tim Curry because I remember the word diphthongs, and then I just remember a line from Oscar where Tim Curry's character was like, "Oh, she has such lovely rounded diphthongs." Someone's still getting somewhere in the video. Editing is something among many things that go underappreciated. As I say, if you're doing your job well, nobody will notice. Yeah. Like Waddle's videos. He's one of the Minecraft creators. Content creators. I hate the editing in his videos. It's all like that weird bang sounds like, you know, it's very, very Gen Z, Gen Alpha, like brain rot level editing, where it's like, let's make loud noises to keep people attentive, and I hate it. He gives information, so I like it when he gets to the information, but it's very, like, you've got to have a clip every 2 seconds. Like, you've got to cut every 2 seconds, and phone tags are just the sounds that can go together. I have to decide what things sound like first. Yeah, your nephew is having brain rot. Your nephew is going to have a short attention span when he's older. You know what's best to do with him? Sit him down and make him watch a long movie. Like a Disney film. Get him away from the iPad and the shorts content. What's wrong with it is he'll have no attention span when he's older, and he won't be able to get anything done in his life, and he'll be nowhere, and he'll be a nobody. Well, then don't. Just get away from them. Find your own family. Find a better family. like she and Ishib don't usually work in languages. No, because the b usually needs like a vowel next to it of some sort. Consonants generally need to be paired up with vowels. Even languages that quote unquote don't have vowels in their writing system still have vowels because they're just merely implied. I want to watch Lanky Box. What's Lanky Box? Only interference was when the VHS tape screwed up for a moment. Wow, a VHS, imagine that. How old is this child? You know, the problem with media today is it doesn't teach anybody any patience. In the very late 2010s, I'm guessing, you know, the late 20 teens, you mean? Hmm. Listen, yeah. No, any more information than that is too much information. But even when I was that age, I had quite a long attention span. But most kids nowadays, they just don't. I'm gonna.
Cornbread underscore streams 0 is visiting the island.
Thank you for the follow, Cornbread. Didn't you already follow? I thought you had. No, that was earlier. Somebody followed and unfollowed, or unfollowed and then refollowed. I'm not used to hearing that noise. I'm just trying to separate my layers so I can move things around here. There's something else on this layer. That's better. I blame everything except myself. Parents, yep. That's too true. I need a language folder. What's this? Call this glyphs, and this is materials history. And this is notes. Okay. So if you're wondering what we're working on, Cornbread, I'm working on stuff for my character for LARP. So I go to Conquest of Mythodia. Maybe Cora's talked about it before. It's the largest fantasy LARP in the world. It takes place in Broklo, Germany in August. Usually the beginning of August. Sometimes the very end of July, beginning of August is the whole event. It sort of varies. And my character is a Demora called Nameless. And I'm planning to do some sort of, it's like a pseudo fortune telling thing to create play for other players. They pay me a couple of copper, and then they can pick out what's called a Victorian pocket puzzle. And these puzzles offer, not only do you get a cool piece of art out of it and some memories, but it offers you either a curse or a blessing on a sliding scale of luck between prosperity and adversity. And in order to make these designs, I have to come up with partials for the Demora language, at least enough to create the art and sigils that go on these pieces of paper. And the curses will be things like you see an inauspicious curse. I'll just go with the standard. You feel the urge to cluck like a chicken, and it'll be for like 5 minutes. Whereas something like adversity would be like you will lose your next battle, or you will be seriously injured in your next battle. And it's easier to create misfortune stuff, like the negative luck things in LARP, because you can choose to fail stuff, whereas success largely depends on who you're playing with. Your cat keeps glaring at you? Hug it. Tesla's somewhere. He ate some kibble and then he disappeared. Yeah, that's what I'm creating. And that's why we're doing linguistics. But yeah, they're just little pieces of paper that fold up that have art on the front and back, and they're going to have a wax seal in the middle with whatever sigil ends up representing these things that are on the luck scale here. So there are 7 options. And the neutrality ones are just going to be like little simple things like go get yourself a good treat. Or you feel the urge to go pick flowers. It's just simple things. and there'll be one positive and one negative, or slightly more or less positive or negative, and you can choose which one you want to do in the neutrality. You smell like cranberry and you look like one too. One of the inauspicious ones that I was thinking of is like, for the next hour, everything you eat tastes kind of off. And misfortune is everything you eat for the next hour tastes really bad. Whether you like it or not. So you could go have like this really, really delicious waffle, and you would have to sit there and be like, ugh, every time you took a bite. And you can choose to play it, or you can choose not to. Or if you get a really, like, if you get an adversity one and you're like, oh shit, you know, I don't want to lose a battle, you can pay my character extra copper for a cleansing ceremony. So I need to figure out a little ceremonial thing to do too. And I have to figure out how to make everything waterproof and light enough to carry around with me all day. Hence the pouch. And I have to be able to use it rain or shine or wind. Whether it's 10 degrees or 35 plus Celsius. So, yep. And I also do paintings. These are the camp leaders Fox and Crow, or Kit and Manny from the Skill Tree channel. If you're familiar with them. If you know Cora, then you're probably in the same circles. I don't know if you're a Skill Monkey or not. It's funny because they're my camp leaders and I haven't had a chance to play with either one of them yet. They do not know the clever fox? Oh, that's unfortunate. You should always know Kit. Kit's pretty great. Maddie's great too. They're both great. They're wonderful people. The reason I'm doing the painting for them is because they've done so much for all of us. And I just wanted to give them a nice gift, so I'm going to have these nicely printed and I'm going to send it to their P.O. box. Whatever their new one is, at this point I'm just taking my time with it because I know the P.O. box is going to change. Or at least it's probably going to change because they're setting up an actual skill tree workshop where Kit lives. An actual space. I would love to get there with my content creation someday. I just don't think I'm as interesting as they are. I don't have the same kind of energy. And I just can't seem to get anything done in any sort of timely manner. That's probably the ADHD. I probably need a stronger dose of medication. But, can't afford one. Back from your meeting. You had a meeting? Also, hi. Mewjuice. What? I was looking for something in my files. I go here. And I'm designing a tent when it opens. I've got lots of lots of design stuff, old versions. I was designing a wax seal kit. He didn't say anything, just kind of kept like lurking. Wubber. Weather. Weather. Drink! Ah! Drink thine dark lord. I mean, it is Demonade. It has its own can. Hold on. Where's my Demonade can? The warnings. But yes, we have our own can. Sai's the one who designed the overall can texture, and then I made the background label. And edited the nutrition stats. This is the first Demonade flavor. What flavor is it? I don't know. It's probably a peach lemonade of some sort. I really like lemons, so. My friend Sai has Cloak Zero. And my friend Puma has Dr. Agon. So Sai's whole shtick is she's a technomancer elf. And Puma's whole thing is she's a dragon druid. So the Dr. Agon or Dragon. And then Journey, his whole thing is he's a pig. He's a pig VTuber. It's really cute, actually. And he really likes the color pink. He's Sai's boyfriend. And his drink is root boar instead of root beer. I love it. We all have our own little drink line. One day I want to make these as actual drinks and actual like can labels that you can buy as a tumbler. But I'd like to get a few different variants of Demonade. I think Puma has 3 different flavors. There's only one flavor of root boar, and Sai has Cloak and Cloak Zero. And so we all use the same can, but I'm the only one with this can sound because Sai lost the sound file. So she couldn't apply the sound file to the can model that I use in VNyan. So she just found another can sound. Cherry, maybe. It has to be more like a real cherry flavor as opposed to the fake cherry flavor, because I can't stand the fake cherry flavor. It makes me sick. I mean, I suppose they would have cherries in the foothills. It is a tropical island, so we're gonna tend to get a lot more citrus. There's definitely gonna be peach. Have you ever cranked that Soulja Boy, or do you just let Soulja Boy crank you? But yeah, that's the demon egg can, so that's what you're throwing at my head every day. Drown the streamer. Yep. To the depths of the ocean with you. Yep. I'll close some of these things. We were working on the overlay. Ah! And this is a commission I'm doing for Necromancer. There. Don't make me go through my soda too fast, guys. Man, I did not sleep well last night. Goddamn Pinterest. I ended up going to bed at like 2 in the morning. And then Tesla usually wakes me up a couple of times in the night. You guys have drowned me too much. Oh, thank you. Alright, well, I have to take a quick bathroom break, so I'll be right back. Come out of my room. My brother's just blasting this song in the living room. It's piece came on the radio that the family really likes. Thanks, Cora. It's called Fanfare for the Common Man. Except Tesla was in the living room. His ears were all back, and I was like, this is too loud for my cat. And she looks at me and is like, what? I'm like, it's too loud for him. Also, if my microphone picked up the music, I could get copyright struck. Which is, no bueno. Let's turn off some of this. What's on this layer? Is there anything on this layer? There's nothing on this layer. Let's delete that. I need you to know that when you reappeared, I had music going and it looked like you were headbanging along. Nice. And no, Cora, I'm not great. That comment is too much compliment. I'll take the good artist. I could be a better artist. I'm working on it. I've gotten a lot better over the course of the last year because I'm drawing a lot more, but still. No! Compliments are illegal. I will fight you. In Minecraft. No. Take away your data packs of the server. I just say you're creating more work for yourself, my friend. Oh. Is there anything I have to update for that? We could switch to Minecraft for a bit. I could show you guys the winter town that I'm building. Is there any reason why I'm building this winter town? No, I needed snow. And I was waiting for the cauldrons to fill up. The one cauldron, and I needed 3 buckets of snow. Eventually I got 3 cauldrons going, and they did finally fill up. But I was just like, well, I gotta stand here for hours, so I might as well just build a town here. Slips, oops, deleted the chunk. I'm not sure Perf knows how to do that. Update the stream. Nah. Ah! Jesus Christ. This is the winter village that I'm building. Everything has to look warm. This is eventually going to all be glass because this is the greenhouse. Check achievements. It doesn't show... Oh, vanilla tweaks. Here we go. So we've got anti-enderman grief. Awesome. Mini blocks. The best. Use a stone cutter. We can use a stone cutter to craft blocks into mini blocks? I thought you could only buy them from the Wandering Trader. Graves, oh yeah. Cauldron concrete, nice. New block trays to the Wandering Trader. Fast leaf decay. Silence mobs, that's wonderful. Dragon drops is great. Cauldron mud, that'll make my life so much easier. Silk touch budding amethyst. Oh my god, we can move the amethyst buds. That's great. More mob heads and double shulker shells. We don't have the extra trapdoors. I don't know why that data pack, like, disappeared. There used to be one that gave you, like, 16 trapdoors per crafting. But it seems to be gone. I couldn't find it on the Vanilla Tweak site. So that's great. Let's go check the stonecutter. Which is right here. So what can we make? We can make a mini cobblestone. Oh my god, you get 8 of them. I love this. I love the mini blocks. They make me really happy. I am going to decorate everything. Staying out of my bed, I'd punch you if it wouldn't ruin your traits. Imagine that, you punch the guy and he hates it and he's mad at you. Anyways, I've started modifying this village, or building another midwifery here. Yeah, I guess I could do that. That was not supposed to go that way. And this village, I was gonna go that way, but we're gonna go this way. Yeah, that was everything I asked for. I couldn't find the trapdoors thing to recommend it, but I went exploring, and I went this way. And the render distance isn't very far on the server, but as I was coming around this way, I found like this really nice tight valley here with a river in the middle. And I think the whole village is just gonna take up this entire valley for lag purposes. Yes, I understand. It's not doesn't have a lot of RAM, but I really like this zone. So I might build up these mountains a bit more. God knows I've got enough dirt. I have so much dirt. But I really like this little frozen river valley. I see him maybe calling it Cold Creek. So town is gonna drift this way and across the river. It's gonna be a fairly large town. And then there's that. Which is this big mountain. I might put actual peaks up there. That's less RAM and more the hardware. Yeah, fair enough. And then, of course, somehow I find all the villages that are next to giant gaping holes in the earth. I don't know why this thing. Disco Pig! Disco Pig! Look at him go! Disco Pig! Buddy. Buddy. Just chill. Calm down. We've got our one rabbit. Look at him. He's so cute. His name is Oreo. Named after Good's Bun Bun. I think it was his Bun Bun that was named Oreo. You don't sing it either. I haven't torn out this igloo. This is our fox. He is a great derp. Look at how far apart his eyes are.
Want tea?
Yes, please. It's tea time. This is where I've been getting down into the caves before. There was, part of the reason I settled here is there was one of those, underground ruins where you get the pot shards from. How much room do I have in my inventory? Not enough. Oh. Also, there needs to be more ways to get black dye in this game. God. But yeah, I've been slowly decorating up the world. Alright, you can't put the snow piles on the ice for whatever reason. Jax has decided it's dusk time. Aw, yeah. That tree's never gonna grow there. But yeah, slowly building up snow piles. So this place looks really, really snowy. I need lots of, like, bone meal and... plant that there. So I'm going to need concrete powder. I'm gonna run out of drink, guys. I'm gonna use concrete powder, light gray and white for like clean and dirty snow. I've got to turn that into a snow block. Would you get the fuck off of there? Hey, Fantasy, welcome back. I'm sorry you had a not so good day earlier. We're here for chill vibes and hanging out. We just hopped into Minecraft. But yeah, this is the snow village. All of our buildings either go down into the ground and have lots of warmth, or they're made out of stone and spruce. As much stone as possible because it holds thermal mass really well. This is one of the original things that was here. For some reason, everybody hangs out up here. I don't know why. Everybody goes up here. The villagers, the iron golems, there's no other buildings up there. And the bell is over there. And that's the village center. But for some reason, they're all always going up here. And I just can't figure out why. And I don't know how they're navigating all the way up here either. Like, I could shove this guy off the cliff. Huh. Get down there, you. Well, chill vibes are what we're all about here. And then this guy, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wander up here too. No, you're going back down into the village. Ugh. Like somehow they just navigate their way all the way up here. There's a bunch of cats up here. There's this idiot who's probably the one who's summoning all of the things up here. You. I'm gonna knock you down off the cliff. Away. I bet he ran away from a zombie at some point. No. No, you're going back down. You are going back down, sir. That might be why. Huh. Me chill vibs. You, sir. Off you go. Down the cliff. Same with you. Down the cliff. Close enough. And you can't hit them off the cliff. You can't put leashes on them. Stop it! Just got an impromptu iron farm up here. Off you go. See you next Tuesday. You too, my good friend, sir. Off you go. You too. Down that way. Off you go. There were a couple more up here, weren't there? Oh, Perf has left the game. Hey. No, you go that way. Yeah. Off you go. Down the cliff. There we go. Cat, be back later. Okay, I think it was that one villager up top that just kept summoning them. Because he would be hanging out up there, and then it would turn night, and then he'd get scared of the dark like an idiot, and wouldn't come home because he was just out of render range. Oh, you can leash iron golems? Alright. Look at all these guys just trying to steal my bed. Another place I keep ending up is in the cow pen. Look at them, they're already trying to find a way. I get a lot of villagers ending up in here, and then I get... and then I get iron golems in here, too. My horse is having a dance. Ooh, yeah. Yep. I gotta deal with a cat fight? Oh, the worst. Yeah, this is my, very well populated village. I see a kitty cat. Which box has my meat in it? Probably in here. Here's my fishes. Really? Oh. On the last fish. Excellent. Come here. You're gonna sit right here. Come on. You're gonna sit right next to this door here. And we'll get you a more comfortable place to sit on eventually. Are you in new area or did it snow where you are? This is a new area. Because I needed powdered snow, and they slowly fill up the cauldrons when it precipitates. And I needed it for the farms back at the other area. So I just started building here too, so now there's another village. As a matter of fact, where are those pieces of stained glass? Actually, it makes sense that this wall has no glass, because this was the north wall. So, I was going to put stained glass in there, but... I'm just hoping for, like, texture, you know? Where did that go? This. And slowly, as I get more glass... Oh. What the heck? Slowly, as I get more glass, I will fill in the greenhouse. And this guy, I'm trying to steal all his seeds back from him so that I can take away his job. And... oh, shit. Punched my bee. I'm sorry, bee. This is my only bee. I have to wait for him to stop being mad. Yeah, I'm trying to get a villager with nothing in his inventory. So that I can have a farmer that doesn't pick up any of the wheat. Because I kind of want them to be free range but still functional. So if he can only pick up the seeds, then he won't use the wheat to try and breed with other villagers because he won't have any. But all of the villagers I have something in their inventories, and I have no way to access their inventories to take out the stuff that they have in their inventories. So over time, I just wander around and let this guy plant. And sometimes he goes on a little planting spree, and then I just come along and take his seeds, and then he's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Why do you keep taking my plants? Oh.
Careful. It's very hot and it's full.
Yes. Thank you. My dad has brought me tea. Be glad I'm not taking you out of context. What kind of context? What did I miss? That is very hot tea. At least I generally have priority. Oh, my meat box. Wow. We've corrupted fantasy. Finally. He still never surrounds. My dad just doesn't like being on stream. Even though that whisper was probably perfectly well picked up. Plant more! Faster! It's probably too late in the day for him to plant anything. Stand here next to this warm fireplace and drink tea. He steps away from his workstation and then immediately like scampers back and he's like, oh, I gotta get to that composter. Oh, good wave. Yep, we heard it all. Yeah, my dad is like paranoid about knocking drinks over and destroying my computer, and I'm like, my computer can't be destroyed if something spills across the desk. All the villagers. Look at them. I gotta get to the bell. Gotta get to the bell. Hello. Hello. Everybody, hi. It's been a long day of work. Gotta get to the bell. So what were you editing, Cornbread? Look at them all go. It's like watching fish. Except I'm inside the tank, apparently. Oh no, my rabbit! Oreo, no! How did you die? Did the cat kill Oreo? Did you kill Oreo? Do the cats kill rabbits? Thanks for the hydrate. You killed Oreo. Oh man, it took me so long to find him. Okay, rabbit hutches it is. How do we want to build rabbit hutches? Where do we want to build rabbit hutches? Since town's moving this way, it's probably going to be over here somewhere. I mean, we could have town wrap around this way too. So many options. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. I always appreciate meeting new people. Thank you for the follow. Enjoy your nap. Let's take our silk touch. Always use ice for decorating. I need to go empty my inventory a bit. I wonder if there's a way to do an automatic rabbit farm. Well, as automatic as you can get. I think all of my plants and seeds and stuff go in here. Whoop. Seeds. I think reeds are in here. Yep. We're gonna put our leads in there too. And of course, our rabbit meat. One seed. Ooh, that was lag. Is our hoe in here? No, but we should put our hoe in here. I think we'll put our turtle scoot in there too. I was out in the ocean and I found a random turtle scoot in the middle of the sea. Gib. Let's see. We're gonna have to make a mini blocks box now. Double chest for mini block storage. New recipes unlocked. What? Mini block storage. I gotta see what other mini blocks we can make. There's a mini stone. Mini furnace. Oh, mini cracked stone doesn't exist. Mini light gray glass doesn't exist. There'll be mini mud brick. Oh yeah. What else? There isn't mini black wool, at least not for the stone cutter. Look at those mini blocks we've got already. So many mini blocks. You know what else makes mini blocks? I wonder if I can make a mini barrel. Look at it. Ah. Until we get the villager breeder built, this is going to become storage and workshop. There. Ooh, almost hit that villager. Excuse me, gentlemen. I need your workstations. This workstation is staying outside. Crafting bench. Put another little furnace in here. I'm gonna take the, you know what? Maybe we should build this way. Around this little peninsula thing, because we've already got, like, villages out this way. But I think I'm gonna turn this land bridge into an actual bridge. Like, maybe from here to here. We're gonna take these down. Never enough room in my inventory. Another cauldron. I thought that was a smoker in there. Stone box. Okay, we're building up a proper storage system in here now. This is just gonna be miscellaneous stuff for now. We're gonna go put our hoe in the greenhouse. So this is how we're going to build our farms for this area. Plant farms, at least. They're going in greenhouses. Look at this. He's almost replanted the whole thing. Careful not to punch the bee again. I know I was in the midst of trying to figure out the rabbit hutch, but now I've got to move all of this stuff. Miscellaneous stuff and things. I think I needed a second box for dirt. Then this gets this stuff out of the way. Yep. You, come with me. Oh, you, come with me. Going to be the guardians. Cats? Hello? Cats? Cats? Look at those iron golems! They found their way back up somehow. I can't even with these guys. Where are you? Come with me. You, come with me. Come on. What is happening? Why won't they come with me? I have a solution. They're confused by the snow blocks. Alright. Now they'll come. Go on. There. It's warmer in here. Can we call the Dirt Fox Hammy, short for Hampton, short for Hampington Jeremy Picklington III? Yes. You're gonna have to write that down somewhere for me because I'm never gonna remember it. Is that from something? Look at them! Look at these assholes! I don't know how to stop them. Just getting a good vantage point, yeah, really. This was the box for stone. And this is the miscellaneous box. That's what I get for using full blocks instead of slabs. I hear a zombie underneath me. This box is for snow and ice. Keeping an eye out, yeah, really. I think they're plotting my demise. I came in and tore up their village. This is the wood box now. This goes in dirt. And all this goes in miscellany. This goes in the meat box. This guy's just standing there staring at the cat. More miscellaneous. Okay, that should be all the chests from here. Nope. The wood box. Am I getting new Oh, yeah, the stone cutter. Mini blocks time. No stripped wood. It's got 0 bees in it. Mini blocks. Mini blocks. No mini composter. Oh, that's sad. Mini bed? No. Mini spruce cane? No. It's probably just the full solid blocks. Dark oak planks. Here we go. Mini blocks. Which means we can get some spruce planks. Mini blocks. Okay. Mini blocks first. That means we can probably get a mini block of that. I don't know if you can get a mini ice. We can try. Nope, no mini ice. But you can get a mini packed ice. What else? Could probably get a mini cauldron. Aw, no mini cauldron. Snow collection. I think you can get mini furnace. Didn't I do that? Yeah. Try to play Skyrim, but your heart isn't there. Aww. Sorry, they don't belong in the houses. They're kind of useless when they're inside the houses. Hammy! I didn't have any place to put the ladders once upon a time. We're just gonna gather all of our things in one place, and then we'll work on some things. This is miscellaneous. Suppose. Mud bricks go in dirt. This goes in wood. All of the chest noises. This is probably going to be the sandbox. I think you can get a mini block of sand. Yes. Mini sand. And a mini sandstone. Mini netherrack. You can get white wool, but not black wool. Interesting. Mini snow block. No mini blue ice either. That's fascinating. And we'll snowbox here. Go in the wood box. And I actually need some wood. So I'm gonna box for nether and a box for wool. So nether, wool. This can go back in the miscellaneous box. These buckets of snow are gonna go in the snow box. And our fire-based stuff is gonna go in the nether box. So lava and magma. But our torches are utility. This goes in the greenhouse. Greenhouse, greenhouse. Oh, and this carpet goes in the wool box. Here we go. And it's nighttime. Welcome to Organization with Say. Oh, forgot to put the campfires in the firebox. Parf, welcome back. Put those there. What's in here? Bits. Oh, you can't. I see how it is. Oh, look, it's precipitating. We'll be able to collect more snow. Mini block. Fire block. Utility block. And I think the wool patterns, banner patterns are going to go in the firebox. This is going to... Oh, wool patterns are going to go in the wool box. Or banner patterns going in the wool box. Fire charges go in the firebox. They go in the wood box. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to put the ladders in the wood box. What's in here again? Sand. Glass is going in the sandbox. No invisible glass. The problem with the light gray stained glass panes. Hammy. Couldn't carry it all. If I had just put the mushroom away. Cat. Okay. Cat's just hanging out there. Mushroom. You, a demon snow cat of rabbit murder. My poor Bun Bun. I think that box is full now. Dripstone's gonna have to come out of there because we need room for the mud bricks. Dripstone is gonna have a nice little place down there. Oh, we didn't make a mini dripstone. Grab a dripstone, deep slate, cobbled deep slate, a gravel. We've done those. Can we do mini pale moss? Mini tough? I'm gonna find out. Mini tough. Oh, that's my only pale moss. Hold on. I almost made an error. It's one of my only pale moss. I think I had one more. Mini cobbled deep slate. And a mini dripstone. Would you look at that? So many mini blocks. Yeah. These cats are gonna go here because we're gonna do that. I'm gonna go over here because there's more stuff in this building. I hate being disorganized. See, there's lots. There's so much stuff. Can I make a mini polished tuff? Yes. Make a chiseled tuff and a tough brick. Then we can make a mini tough brick. And, oh, I know, mini chiseled tuff. It's weird what you can turn into mini blocks and what you can't turn into mini blocks. It's very confusing. Ooh, crying obsidian. Can we turn that into? Yeah! Mini grass. Mini grass. Bah weep, grano weep, nitty bond. Mini dirt. I love that you can use the stone cutter to make mini blocks. That makes me happy. Utilities. Oh, I think we can make a mini crafting table. Yeah! Mini netherite quartz. Mini obsidian. Got mini sand. Oop, that doesn't go in there. I think we do a mini podzol and a mini coarse dirt. Oh, and I think I have rooted dirt in here too. Rooted dirt. Any rooted dirt? No, no coarse dirt. No rooted dirt. Mini puzzle. Disappointing. Campfires. Go in the nether box. No, these go in the greenhouse. These go here. Black wool goes in the wool box. Glass. Oh, utility. Can I make mini azaleas? No. I think I can make them out of the bushes. Quartz goes in there. This goes in the stone box. Pale moss. Okay. I've got lots of pale moss. Still here, things go maybe limit things. Corner of Woe from here on out, if I can get the nerve to do so. Well, that's what the Corner of Woe is for. Nobody has to read it, but it's available for those that do want to, or feel the need to. Where am I putting flowers? Flowers are gonna need their own box. For now, I'll put them in here. How many more things have you planted? Excellent. Slowly getting there. Do I have regular moss? I have regular moss. I could probably turn that into a block. Oh, we only have one cactus over here. Let me see if I can turn a spruce leaf into a block. Ooh, what else do we have? Pumpkin, melon, hay bale. Mini moss. Oh, that's so cute. Mini hay bale. Even cuter. Mini melon. Adorable. Mini pumpkin. So freaking cute. But spruce leaves. Nope. Damn. Cactus? Nope. Disappointed by the leaves. Maybe the leaf blocks are ones that you can buy. Maybe they're only sold. Because I know you can get like mini azalea leaves. Oh my god, I've gotten way past my usual stream time. But I'm having fun. And this Thursday's gonna be shorter, so. Oh, right. The other box was over here. Cheap viewers! You. Ban. I have too much self-respect for that shit. Close the door on my own face. Brilliant. What mini blocks can we get? Dispenser? Oh, we can get a mini dispenser. Let's gonna go in the utility box. Mini lodestone? Oh yeah. Obsidian's gonna go in there. Smokestone? Oh yeah. Block of coal? Oh yeah. Minecart? Nope. Observer. Mini observer. A mini coal ore. Minecart's gonna go in there. And this box is going to be for rails and redstone components. The ice look like upside down tea. Iced tea? I look away, and well, the bot steps in. I get sent to the Shadow Realm? Absolutely. Thanks for the hydrate death. Pointed dripstone. This goes in the stone box. This goes in the wood box. This goes in the utilities box. Excuse me, sir. Slam the door in my face again. I'm smart. Death Sand is on a 20 stream streak. Thank you for giving me your time, Death. And drowning me as well. These little bits can go in there. And this utility piece. I have work on a concept pixel art of Draymare. You can see an arting. So he looks like a Pokemon? Kind of thing? Mini blocks. We're out of space in the mini blocks. Oh, I may double the lapis mini blocks. Fuck. normal mini blocks are just gonna have to go in there for now. This can go in here. And these things. I'm gonna grab one of these other chests. Put that there. It's gonna be the mob drops box, except for the meat. Feathers? They come from a mobile. Yeah. String. Cobwebs are gonna go in there with the string. Redstone component. Rail stuff. Dispenser is a redstone component. These are workstations. Dripstone is just going to go in the stone box. Yeah, lodestone is confusing. I suppose lightning rods and lodestones are redstone components in a way. Got tools. My potatoes, torches, lanterns, mop drop. This goes in here. This will go down here with the dripstone. I need to do a tough run because I am very low on tough and I need lots of it. Does my organization make any sense? Absolutely not. Am I going to continue using it anyways? Yes. Good enough. That's utility, utility, utility. Spare smoke. Mob drop. Organized. That took far too long, but everything is now organized where things should be. And I am way over my stream time. So, let's disconnect and find someone to raid. We'll turn the art back on. And go to my Twitch, if I can find it. I have far too many tabs open. Yeah, we'll just go to Evan. So we're off sailing to other waters, everybody. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for giving me your time today. Thank you for the 20 stream watch streaks. Cornbread, you may have gone to lie down, but thank you for joining us here on the islands. Newcomers are always welcome. Everybody have a safe trip to the other channels. May you wash upon sunny shores warmer than what's here, because it's snowy and cloudy and grey and dark, dank and shirty. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.